Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we're doing an 8-4 Battle for Zendikar draft. Open a planar outburst. Seems like a snap pick. Once again, just wanted to remind everybody to, if you haven't already checked out Josh Frankel and Marlon Egolf's drafts that they put up, I'm of course at work trying to get them to come back and do more content for the channel. If you want them to, well, Marlon's a little bit more difficult to get a hold of, so I'll be in charge of that. But for Josh, you guys can actually help. All you have to do is subscribe to his Twitch channel or contact him on Twitch. Tell him you saw his draft on SeemsGoodMagic and you'd love to see more, and I'm sure that would go a really long way with him. Okay, we're taking planar outbursts. Kind of sucks we're passing a stasis snare because it's also white and it's, I would say, by a landslide, the next strongest card in this pack. So, bit of a bummer, but we ended up with a pretty awesome board wipe, so not really a bummer. All right, follow-up pick. Well, there's no good white card. Nothing that really pairs all that well with planar outbursts. I mean, I'm trying to think where you want planar outbursts the most. I would imagine a deck that has a lot of awaken spells would be a good place to start. There are no awaken spells in here, though. It might be just okay to take an Evolving Wilds here. I'm really not giving up much of anything, to be honest. Like, Forerunner of Slaughter is certainly good for the black-red Devoid deck. I love Beastmaster. Black-white's more of like a weird life gain sort of deck, so Silent Skimmer doesn't pair the best with Planar Outburst. I certainly want to play Planar Outburst. It's way too early to take Scour. I'm just going to take Evolving Wilds. There is a 100% chance we're playing it, so I'll take it. Okay. Interesting. We have Tajur Warcaller, which I love. There's also Sheer Drop, which is an Awaken spell, plays well with Planar Outburst. It's a little bit, it's certainly lower on the totem pole than a Tajur Warcaller, though. And those are the only two real cards in here I think I'm considering. Yeah, it's pretty much Tajur Warcaller versus Sheer Drop, and I think Warcaller, I know Warcaller's got enough upside where I'm just going to take it. And yes, I've seen the content and the stuff about green definitely being considered the worst, but I don't know what to tell you. I just don't care. If people are passing a bunch of green, then even if it's the worst color, you can end up with super powerful cards like Tajur Warcaller and possibly even get them late. We could even wheel that Beastmaster from the last pack and be pretty happy. And Sheer Drop, even though it does stay on color with Planar Outburst, is just so much worse than Tajur Warcaller. It just doesn't feel right. Okay, so choices here. In green, we pretty much just have Oron Reef Invoker, which is fine, not amazing. We have Unified Front, which is pretty insane with Tajur Warcaller, and is fine on its own. We also have Evolving Wilds to possibly make it better. There's also a Ghostly Sentinel, which is good for the blue-white Flyers deck, but is you know, it's certainly passable. I think I might just take in a Unified Front here. I don't get a chance to play this card all that often. It pretty much definitely wants 3 colors to be maximized, but it does create allies. I'm not one of those people that's super opposed to converge decks. Having Fixing by pick 3 certainly helps, but having 2 double color spells doesn't actually help. I still think I'm going to take the Unified Front. Just seemed like the highest upside card there. Okay, I mean, I could technically take a Sylvan Scrying here. Seems a bit early. There's Courier Griffin in white. I do want to play white. And Courier Griffin's fine. It also can go in the blue-white Flyers deck. We might have to shift gears into the blue-white Flyers deck. I don't have a huge issue with that. We'll take the Griffin regardless. It's a good pick for the deck. Okay, we could take a Sheer Drop now. I'm actually okay with that. Yeah, there's really nothing else here we're super interested in. So, I mean, Merc Strider, of course, good for the processing deck. Felidar Cub, playable 2-drop. Never really excited to have it in your deck. Valakut Invoker, I like it if I'm in red. Night Watch is a good black-white life gain deck. It just seems like a pretty clear Sheer Drop. Put that at 6 mana. Okay, now we have I mean, Bone Splinters, but that's more of a token-based thing. We don't really have a life gain. Well, I mean, this does gain life, technically. It's more of like a black-green tokens deck sort of thing. I could take the Sylvan Scrying now. Otherwise, I'm taking a Plummet for sideboard. I think I'm actually going to take Sylvan Scrying. I'm not giving up much, I don't think. I mean, Bone Splinters is fine. It's not amazing. Plummet's a good sideboard card, though. I could see taking that. There's probably not a huge chance I'm playing Sylvan Scrying, but it is, like, fixing. I'll take the Plummet. There's been times where I just wanted Plummet. Okay. Invoker versus Greathorn versus Blighted Woodland. No guarantees we're in green. Could just take the Greathorn for that reason. It seems like a card you actually could end up playing in a blue-white Flyers deck just because it blocks the ground fairly well and it can be an attacker in a pinch. Otherwise, we could take the Invoker now. I mean, our curve is looking high. I don't think I want the Blighted Woodland here. So it really is Greathorn versus Invoker, I think. We're guaranteed white. We're not guaranteed green. I think I'll take the Greathorn. It's fine. Okay, Medic. We still have a chance to maybe move into more of a black-white life gain deck. Medic is a good key component to that. Otherwise, I take a Smite the Monstrous, which might actually just be better. It is a pretty strong removal spell. I don't get a chance to play with it very often, though. So if I pass the Stonehaven Medic, I'm making it harder on myself to make black-white life gain. If I pass the Smite, it's not a huge deal, but I think Smite's just better than Medic. Like, I still can go blue-white Flyers potentially here. I'm going to take Coralhelm Guide. Otherwise, I could take a second Plummet. I mean, Warcaller's a strong card. We're really not seeing much in the green. I think I'll take the Guide. It's fine. Dominator Drone pretty late, but just doesn't really pair well with what we've got. Guess I'll take a Seek the Wilds. Alright, Guide number 2. It's certainly not an amazing card, but it is an ally. Not that we're going to be able to make Warcaller work, however. Take the Guide anyway. Alright, Scout, I guess. Actually, we'll take the Scrying. Maybe we make some 3-color mess work. Sure, I'll take a Cohort. Alright, well, I mean, not a wildly successful pack one, but not the worst. We got a good board wipe. We got a sheer drop. Like, we're definitely in white. So now we just need to figure out what we want to pair it with. Sky Spawner's very strong. Very strong blue-white Flyers card. We still have a pretty decent chance to make blue-white Flyers work. Blue is a very popular color, but Eldrazi Sky Spawner is a very strong card. I might just try and make blue-white Flyers work if I can. Capitalize more on the white Flyers and just get as many blue cards. Like, having 2-drop blue spells right now, even though they're not good necessarily in the blue-white Flyers deck, they're certainly playable cards that can trade early with dudes. Otherwise, they're snapping Gnarlid and green. I just feel like not seeing, the thing is, seeing these late doesn't necessarily indicate that blue is open. But Sky Spawner definitely feels like the strongest card in this pack. Actually, Vile Aggregate's probably the strongest, but I don't want to shift into red. And this is, if you're with white, you really don't want Vile Aggregate. I'm going to take Sky Spawner. I think we're just going to try and build a blue-white Flyers deck if we can. And then we're immediately past Brood Monitor. It's pretty strong, but we're going to take Angel of Renewal. It's an awesome blue-white Flyers card. Let's just commit, or at least attempt to. I love Brood Monitor. I think the card's great, but Angel of Renewal is also fantastic. So I think we're just going to take it and be happy with it. Okay, well, Rampart is actually fine for blue-white Flyers. It's a good way to buy some time early. Greathorn is another 4-drop, which we might not need. Other than that, there's really not much in the pack. I think we'll take the Rampart. I mean, blue-white Flyers does want Fortified Rampart. Spell Shrivel versus Blighted Cataract. We might want the Cataract, actually. Also, Incubator Drone, Rune Processor, Rush of Ice, Spell Shrivel. I think we're just going to take Blighted Cataract. It's a great card. These kind of lands really give you more motivation to run 18 lands and feel just fine about it. Like the fact that this doubles as both a land and a good, card draw. It just makes our chances of awakening a planar outburst higher. Same with sheer drop, stuff like that. Being able to pay for Coral Helm Guide and do other things. The 18 land is pretty much the gold standard of this format, and being able to play these utility lands really makes you feel better about these kind of choices. This is interesting since it's kind of a weak pack for us. Ally Encampment. We currently have 1, 2. Well, Angel of Renewal's an ally. Being able to bring back Angel of Renewal is good, but that's about it in terms of allies at the moment. Otherwise, I'm taking a Felidar Cub. I mean, there's a good chance I'm finding more allies. And this would be like a colorless land that doubles as like a land that can bring back allies. And colorless for non-ally spells. It's not amazing, but nor is Felidar Cub. Like, I'm never really like super thrilled that I'm playing a Felidar Cub. Although we did pass that Stasis Snare. Guess we'll take the Encampment. There's still a chance we end up with some more allies. Royal Spout's incredible. It's like super powerful card. Great reason to be in a blue-white deck. Since if you're not in blue-white, you really can never hope to play Royal Spout. But when you're in blue-white, this is like one of your better cards. Okay, we can take another Rampart. I mean, otherwise it's like nothing. It really is nothing else. Like Brilliant Spectrum, but I don't even think we're going to be able to make Unified Front really work for this deck. Let's just take the Fortified Rampart. I actually think that's just fine. There's a pretty late Mist Intruder, but this isn't a deck that wants it. I think Evolving Wilds number 2 is actually fine. We might actually be able to splash for something now with double Evolving Wild. We don't have anything really worth splashing yet, but late Boiling Earths are certainly great on the splash out of sideboard. I think that's perfectly acceptable. That's a late Mist Intruder, though, I will admit. I guess we can take Dispel. Actually, Inspired Charge might be okay. It's not great yet, but I don't think Dispel is ever really great. And we could find some more creatures. Doesn't really pair well with the Fortified Ramparts, but these kind of count as creatures since they're Awakened spells. I still don't think Inspired Charge is great for this deck. Retreat to Coral Helm isn't really what I'm looking for either. But I don't want a second Inspired Charge. I don't need a Salvage Drone. I don't think... Maybe I could take Scour. I haven't played with Retreat to Coral Helm. It just doesn't really strike me as a great card. Actually, I take that back. It's not a great card, but in a deck that's got double Evolving Wilds, being able to maybe instant speed tap or untap something could be good. I guess we'll take it. I don't think it's a great card, but I haven't played with it yet, and we're kind of on the hunt for some good playables at the moment. I don't think Brilliant Spectrum is ever really something that I want, though. I think this card... I underrate it. LSV kind of talked about on his last stream that might be an okay card, maybe. Josh Frankel's actually expressed that it might be an okay card. I guess we'll take it. Otherwise, I'm hating Call the Scions. All right, Rush of Ice. It's a Manland or an Awaken. You get what I'm saying. Awaken spell that has some utility. I'll take it. Like I said, we're on the hunt for some playable spells. Third to last pick Slide Runner is mind-blowing. I still cannot understand how Slide Runner goes so late. I've played it. I've won many drafts with it. It's a really powerful card. All right. I mean, our deck's not terrible. It's really not terrible. I want it to be better, though. So we really need some more creatures. Otherwise, Inspired Charge is just straight up out. Although, I mean, our number of creatures is a bit deceptive. We have like 3 more with the Awaken and 2 less with the Fortified Rampart, so I guess it's a little bit complicated. Another Tajuru Warcaller. I think we probably just want Royal Spout number 2. Even though there's a decent chance that it wheels, it's just such a strong card in this deck that I want to guarantee that I get it. I like it more than Sheer Drop, I think. There's a big difference between 4/4 in this format and a 3/3. Ondu Rising is a great card, too. I guess I'm hoping I wheel Sheer Drop or Ondu Rising, but I'm not sure how likely that is to happen. Passing it to Drew Warcaller, but green hasn't felt super open anyway, so I don't think that's a big deal. And even though this is technically another 6 drop, it's more like a 3 or 6 drop, which really gives it great utility. So I could take Hedron Archive here. What the great thing about Hedron Archive is it's really good with awakened spells. Just lets you get there easier. Otherwise, I could take Spell Shrivel. Fits our curve a little bit better. We're a little bit 4-drop heavy at the moment. Spell Shrivel lets us interact a little bit early. But Hedron Archive really does let us play these spells on turn 5 pretty effectively. I think I'm a little bit more on board with that. Turn 5, play a land, have access to 7 lands, which means you can awaken and put something on top and have a blocker. It just seems really good. I guess we'll take the Archive. We are looking for cheaper spells, though. Geez, and now another 4-drop. Channeler is not a cheaper spell, nor is Great Horn. We still want more creatures. I think I might take the Drone. It doubles as both a ramp and a... Well, maybe I want the Channeler for that reason. It is top heavy, but at least our cheap spells are good blockers or can trade. We might be in some trouble if I can't find more cheap spells, but Channeler just lets us play our more expensive spells easier, and it's another win con. We kind of need more creatures. I mean, our deck is top heavy, no doubt, but I think this is the way we gotta play it. Blue-White Flyers not really come together. We're kind of a weird little abomination of that. I might just want Tide Drifter. It's cheap. It doesn't interact terribly well with our deck, but it does work with Awaken. It works with Channeler. Certainly works with Sky Spawner, and I guess that's it, but that's not bad. It's also a cheap blocker. Hope to wield the Wavewing Elemental. I don't know how likely that is to happen, but take the Tide Drifter there. All right. Cloud Manta seems like something we want since we're still creature light. It's not great, though. I don't think Brilliant Spectrum's going to happen anyway. Otherwise, I could take a Spell Shrivel. Currently, with Awakened spells, we have... I guess we have 15 creatures with Awakened spells. That's not bad, actually. I could take Spell Shrivel here. We have no... it's just a counter spell that does something early. I think Cloud Manta kind of fits our deck, though. Blue-White Flyers with early blockers. It kind of makes sense to me. I don't think Inspired Charge is likely to happen in this deck. But it still could. All right, Ghostly Sentinel. Fits in with what we're doing. We'll take it. I was expecting more Flyers in our Blue-White Flyers deck, but that's okay. Third Coral Helm Guide. I mean, we are looking for, like I said, we're looking for cheap things to do. I don't think Coral Helm Guide is necessarily great in this deck, but even though I like Sandstone Bridge, I don't really want it here. We're still a little bit hard up for some playables. Could take the Tandem Tactics, but I don't love that either. We're a little bit removal light, but we do have Sheer Drop, Double Royal Spout, Rush of Ice, Smite, Planar Outburst, so we're probably okay, actually. I guess I'll take Guide. More stuff to do early. More functionality out of Ally Encampment, although bringing back a Coral Helm Guide, is it at least put it in your hand? Yeah. All right, well, trade a land for a creature. Could be okay in a pinch. All right, here's a good opportunity to take Boiling Earth. It's a good sideboard card to have. I like it a lot as a sideboard card. And having double Evolving Wilds, I think, makes that a lot more realistic. We're going to hate the Plummet here. Took one earlier to potentially play it. Now we're taking it so we don't have to play against it. All right, I don't think Medic's a great card for this deck, but it's something to do early. And our late game is actually just looking really good at the moment. It's fine. I admit, I don't love Stonehaven Medic in general, but it might be something that could be okay in this deck. All right, we'll take the Great Horn. I think we're likely playing it. I might be able to maybe swap a Coral Helm Guide for it. I kind of like everything else in our deck. I kind of want to keep the Awaken around with the Planar Outburst. It just sort of makes sense. All right, I'm going to hate this Skimmer. It seems like an annoying card against us. And I just don't think we're likely to need the Scour from Existence most of the time. All right, Angelic Gift. I don't think we're playing it. Neither of these cards are really all that good. Okay. So, fine deck. We're not super color intensive at all. We don't have any in Converge, though, but we have Double Evolving Wild, which we're still going to play because it has good functionality with Retreat, which I think we're going to try at least. I don't think Retreat's a great card, but we're certainly going to give it a try in here. Probably just cut a Coral Helm Guide. I don't think we need 3 of them. The rest of the deck, I think, seems fine. We have enough ways to win, like I said. We actually ended up with enough creatures. We have some removal. We have some good card advantage spells. How many flyers did we end up with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 flyers. Not a lot. This deck would have been really powerful with a Tidecaller in it. But yeah, this is fine. It looks like a fine, not amazing deck. I think we're gonna run Ally Encampment. We're just not color intensive, so I'm not really worried about it. And we have Double Evolving Wild to make sure that we are able to cast our spells even easier. And on top of that, we have Angel of Renewal, which is a legitimate spell that we'd want to bring back with Ally Encampment, I think. Plus, we have Double Coral Helm Guide, which, like I said, in a pinch, maybe we could bring back a Coral Helm Guide and then 7 mana, play it, and make something unblockable for the win. Most of our guys are evasive anyway, so it doesn't seem super relevant, but we could end up with a huge Awakened Land, and then Coral Helm Guide looks a lot better. So a lot of like creatures that don't do anything except block, which isn't great, but we look like a deck that needs to buy some time and can definitely succeed in the late game. And I definitely feel like we're 18 lands. We're top heavy. We have Blighted Cataract and we have Hedron Archive. So we have multiple ways to draw cards. Plus we have this, which I'm still interested in trying out. I don't think it's a great card, but we'll see. We'll give it a chance. I'll at least give a card a chance. Okay. Let's bring our lands in. So we really only have like 2 colorless lands. And Ally Encampment's only colorless for most of the cards in our deck. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. Like I said, we're not color intensive. We only have 1 double color spell. So Double Evolving Wilds, 14 lands. I think we'd probably do close to an even split. They want to do... I think I'm actually just going to do an even split. If I do an even split, it's a 9-9. 9 white, 9 blue. And we actually want triple white for Planar Outbursts, but we want blue early for Coral Helm Guides. I'm trying to think if I maybe want to do... Maybe I do their suggestion. 10 white, 8 blue. 8 blue seems like more than enough to play all this. We also need white early for Fortified Ramparts. All right, I'll do 10-8. Actually, that's not even true. It's better than that. We definitely want more planes. We have Ally Encampment, which can play our Coral Helm Guides early, so that's even more reason to run the suggested 8 planes Double Evolving Wild. Yeah. All right, this is a good deck. I don't know how good. I don't think it's insane, but it certainly seems okay. Oops. So running it like this, and we'll see you round 1.